Hey everybody, what's going on? Your host, LovelyCheesePizza here. Welcome to another edition of Sports Sunday, where we talk about sports, life, and everything in between, and we're playing more baseball stars, and hopefully things will go better this time than they did last time. I don't mean that in the sense that we, lost a game or anything. I mean, the perfect streak is still alive at 34, but we ran into some issues with like the recording and the audio being out of sync and the audio being weird with my microphone, and so now we've got that all figured out, which, by the way, I'm sure you guys can probably hear the difference, but I am using my old microphone right now, and there's a legit reason for that, and I'll explain it as we go. Essentially what's going on is I'm going back to my old mic for a few days, because the new mic that I bought, I actually need to take it back and get a different one. Not that, this one doesn't work, but after doing some more research, it actually became apparent that the one that I bought was actually the wrong kind. So I'm not really like, the know-it-all of mics, but from what I've come to understand, the type of diaphragm that my new microphone has is what they call a Polar 8 diaphragm, which I suppose is really more designed for, recording audio in like an entire room rather than what I'd be doing for, videos like this and podcasting. And so I need to get one, obviously, with a different type. I don't really know what all the different types are, but I just know that that's the one I'm dealing with right now. And it is the wrong one, which is really funny considering that on Guitar Center's website, they said, despite the fact that it has this type of diaphragm, that it's like a podcaster's dream. A podcaster and a content creator's dream, and it's like, yeah, depending on what you're doing, but, unless the type of podcast you're making is with a whole bunch of people, like, in a giant room, then it's probably not really what you're looking for. So, with that said, I'm rolling back with the old guy here until probably like Tuesday. Tuesday will be my day off, and so I can go run down to Guitar Center and take this guy back and get a different one that's better suited for what we're looking for. And then we can go from there. It'll be awesome. I won't have to deal with so much extra junk. The other thing that I'm really hoping for, over the next probably year or so, somewhere, and I don't really have like a definite day for it, but ultimately, when I do get this new mic, it'll be the second version of my new mic, is I really want to be able to spend the money and get a really, really high quality like audio editing program. Like, I've been using Audacity for a long time, which for what I'm using it for, realistically has been just fine. But when I get, when I have this new mic, like, I really want to be able to have a program that's going to really give me the best opportunity to be able to, optimize the audio in every way possible. I gotta tell you a story, actually. When I got this mic, this Behringer, no, it wasn't the mic, it's when I got my audio interface, that Behringer interface I've been using. It actually came, like, they told me, hey, god damn it, that freaking pitch. With the box, it says, oh, it comes with free audio software. And so, like, you have to register your product and through Behringer, and then they'll send you like a download code that you can, get this free product that normally retails for like $59.99 and blah blah blah. It's gonna be super awesome. And so I decided to go through that whole process, and I got the download code for this audio software. I think it was like on Wednesday or Thursday this week. And so I downloaded it, and I did like some testing with it or whatever, and I'll tell you one thing right now. It's pretty widely understood that Audacity, not really, the world's premier audio, program for editing or whatnot, but this program that I got, it's called Traction, I think might have been worse than that. Like, at least with Audacity, they did give you, like, some options of being able to edit your audio. With this other one, first of all, it looks like it was made it looks like it was made in Windows 98. Like, it looks, the software looks like it's 15 years old, at least. It looks worse than that even. And it looks like the ultimate cheap knockoff of Pro Tools, which Pro Tools is what I want to get. Like, that's like the cream of the crop, the top of the shelf. That's definitely the beans and the chili. That's just whatever that is. And so, but this program, man, like, it's the extent of the editing that you could do for the audio with that was literally adjusting, like, it was like adjusting the gain was literally it. And that's virtually nothing. Like, you could do that with anything. Like, I can adjust the gain from my audio interface. I don't need a program for that. And, oh man, I tried to use it and I was just like, dude, this thing sucks. And like, I don't even know too much about, you know, audio programs, but I knew it right away. I was like, man, this thing really retailed for $59.99, huh? Boy, I wonder how many people actually bought that thing. Because it couldn't have been very many people. There's just no way. But there was no way. Boy, Caesar really having a rough year. Batting .043, huh? Yikes. I mean, .043 would be about the percentage of, that'd be like the percentage that Hillary Clinton would get in a lie detector test, I'll bet. I could, oh, damn it. I was really hoping I was going to be able to, like, let that thing roll and it would go on the other side, but I should have known better than that with the way this game recognizes fair and foul. Oh, God, I'm surprised that wasn't a fair ball. This game really gives a lot of leeway for that sort of thing. Oh, there it is. That's good. That's very good. Not gonna get that other one. I guess I didn't really need it, though. Well, we got a real pitcher's duel going on here. We're into the 4th inning, and there's only 4 combined hits. It's looking pretty bad. I mean, if we think about it, though, not nearly as bad as the Alabama and LSU game that was going on last night. That was one of the worst games I've ever watched. And, like, that's putting the Seahawks and Cardinals game that went on, like, a week or two ago. It put that to shame, just about. The final score was 10-0, so at least there was a touchdown in it. I'll give it that. But it was like almost like at the end of the 3rd quarter, and that game seriously was 0-0. Like, it took till like the end of the 3rd quarter for a touchdown to be scored. And like there are people out there that love games like that, you know. Oh, it's a great defensive battle. It's really just showing just the hard-nosed defensive prowess of both squads. And it's like, yeah, but you know what that also exhibits? And that you're just very willfully, you know, not bringing up. It also shows that on that particular night, their offenses were trash. Just absolute heated feces that were, you know, kept under those heating lamps at restaurants just to make sure it was nice and warm. But oh my god, it was so awful. And like, teams weren't passing. It's just like it was like what the SEC was like 6 years ago. Where it's like, oh, we're going to run the ball up the middle, we're going to run the ball up the middle, we're going to do a halfback toss, and then we're going to punt the ball if we don't have a first down by now. It was just like there was no passing at all, and like every once in a while when they would, you'd get a first down out of it, and then they'd totally just revert to running the ball again. It's like, what are you guys doing? Just throw the damn ball! Okay, here we go, I'm going for the bunt. Oh, no. Alright, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to make this bunt work. Oh, no! Ugh, I got picked off last week doing something like that. Come on. Come on. Oh, no! Alright, well, I totally can't do it now. Or, oh, yeah, I definitely really can't do it now. If I try to bunt and miss it, that's just the end of the inning. Come on! Oh, yeah! Come on, you gotta go! Oh, why is he throwing it to second? What is he doing? Oh, no. Oh, boy. That dude is getting benched. That dude's getting benched forever. My guy had just rounded third when he threw that to second. What the hell would you do that for? Oh, I mean, it's fine. I'm truthfully not really disputing it. I was just kind of curious as to what the hell he would do that for. Alright, here we... Oh, no, not the Hulk. Ugh. Okay, that's fine. I'll take one up the middle. As long as they're not, you know, blowing one over the fence, then I'm not really going to argue too much about it. 173. I mean, that ERA is not terrible, but what was my goal? My goal at the beginning of all this was to, I believe... I think ultimately I wanted to have all of my pitchers' ERAs under 1. Which, it's probably a little bit of a stretch, but I think that I would be happy if I had them all under 1.5. So I need to have some very strong outings by the time we get to the American Dream. So the next, you know, probably 5 or 6 games, we really need to, you know, stymie their advances, if at all possible. Because when we get to the American Dream, I really couldn't even begin to tell you what those are going to be like. I really can't. I've played against them before where those games are like seriously 11-9, and I've also had games where I just totally destroy them. So I really don't know what it's gonna be. Oh no, you don't. It reminds me of Little League. Whenever you lead off, and you know, whenever the pitcher does his pickoff move, everybody just collectively back every time. Like, if you didn't do it, then you weren't playing. Like, that in my opinion, it's great coaching, because not only are you helping your base runner, but it's keeping you engaged. Like, our coaches also, our coaches during games, like, even if you were on the bench and you weren't playing, during, like, while your team was on offense, like, when the game was going on, you were not allowed to sit down. Like, you had to be up on the fence, you had to be cheering your players on. There was no, you know, loafing around on the bench. You know, you had to be, you know, participating, and I think that's awesome. I truly think that's a good thing, because I've definitely seen, you know, I had definitely seen plenty of like Little League games where just like the kids that aren't playing, they're just like sitting there, you know, picking their asses or whatever, and they're like not even paying attention. Like they're just wearing a jersey, sitting down. Is really all they're doing. Like you're not getting them in the game. Oh, he's gonna be out. So yeah, I loved having coaches that like were really hell-bent on keeping you engaged in what was going on. That's one thing I love. Here we go. All right. And I got, you know, fairly accustomed to that because unfortunately when I was playing, you know, when I was playing baseball in high school, because of the fact that I was the newcomer, you know, I was the guy that, you know, was from out of town. You know, I moved from Salem to Kaiser, which is really not that far, but you know, I grew up playing in a different Little League system. You know, so I was playing in Pioneer Little League growing up, which was, you know, Salem. That was like the whole Salem area. And when I moved to Kaiser, you know, there was Kaiser Little League, and so with Kaiser Little League, because it was a smaller city, like like all the baseball coaches knew all the kids from that, and so you know they kind of had their heart set on what the lineup was going to be. What the hell was that? They kind of had their heart set on that because you know they've known these kids ever since they were wearing diapers and whatever. And so when I came in, you know, I was the kid from out of town that, well, I don't really know anything about this guy. So, you know, even though in tryouts I was definitely better than, you know, most of the outfielders that I was up against, but, well, I don't know this kid, though, so I don't know if I can trust him, even though everything that he's shown me so far should lead me to the belief that I should totally trust him, but I'm not going to, because I'm an asshole. And so I had to be a bench warmer a lot, which was really frustrating because I knew that I could be better than the guys out there. But, you know, when you have a coach that is a total dick, then there's not really a lot you can do about that. My coach, especially for freshman baseball, I think was one of the biggest douchebags that I can remember. He was just the worst. His name was Lee, and I guess at one point he did pitch in the major leagues. Or maybe I think that's what I recall, and he told this story like when we were on the team bus, like, he was a cool dude, but if you pissed him off, that dude was scary. Like, it was, you could smell the, you know, the lawsuit for physical abuse from a mile away if you pissed him off. And he'd always tell this story about, well, when I was in the bigs, I got to pitch against Ken Griffey Jr., and he taunted me one time, so I threw right at his fucking face. He's like, I didn't even care. I even told him to come at me. He didn't do it because I know he's a little bitch, but he's like, I threw right at his fucking face, and I wasn't afraid of it. And it's just like, okay, Lee, all right, man, you're a cool guy. You intentionally threw at a guy's head because he taunted you. And it's freaking Ken Griffey Jr. I'd let him taunt me all day. He's Ken Griffey Jr., man. The dude's a legend. Let him do whatever the hell he wants. But you know, I also don't have anger management issues like that, so you know, whatever. But yeah, but there was definitely one moment I remember it so fondly in one of our practices where one of our players definitely went too far. In like we'd all joke around and we'd have a good time, and you know, we'd say stuff with like dirty humor in it, and a lot of the time he'd be cool with it. But one of our players during one of our indoor practices when it was raining outside went way too far with it, and we had to like separate. We had to separate, you know, him from the player, because we totally thought that if he got close enough to him, he was gonna punch him in the face. And I don't mean like the player punching the coach. We literally thought the coach was gonna punch him in the face. Granted, what was said probably warranted that, but I'm trying to remember exactly what it, like. I think oh, okay, I remember it now. So in this so we're practicing indoors, and you know, so we didn't have to like wear the whole, you know, uniform or whatever. We got to wear sweats and, you know, and whatever, but we were still, you know, working in there. And this player, oh no, that's what I was afraid of, man. But so on this kid's pants, he had like a red splotch on his pants. I don't even remember what it was from. It probably from like you know, like spicy Cheetos or something, from Flamin' Hot Cheetos, or like a stain of like red Gatorade, or maybe even like All Sport or something, which was, in my opinion, way better than Gatorade, but it is now totally defunct, I believe, so it doesn't really matter what I feel about it because it doesn't exist. But so he has this red stuff on his pants, and I think that Lee like asked him about it. He's like, what the hell is that on your pants? And this kid, I'm trying to remember how he worded it. I think he said something about, well, you know, oh, what the hell was it? He's like, well, you know, I'd tell you, but he's like, you probably don't want to know. He's like, no, go ahead and tell me. He's like, what was it? Like, he's thinking it was just gonna be like a you know, a cheap little stupid joke or whatever. And this kid says, he says, well, you know, I don't really feel comfortable telling you about it because I think that your wife really should have kept her lips to herself, you know, implying that she gave him a blowjob or whatever, and that was her lipstick on his pants. And oh god, you could see, like, we all, when he's like, all of us guys, as soon as he said that, we just went, oh no. Like, why would you say that? And we all just kind of did the oh, not like in the we thought it was funny way. We did that in the oh god, what in the hell have you done type of way. And as soon, like, it just, you could see the tone shift in his face so fast. Just, it went from, oh, this is gonna be a funny little joke, to, oh my, I'm going to strangle this kid. He's like, what did you say? And the worst part is that he said it again. Like, he basically said it again, and he's like, what did you say? And he said it, he's like, what the fuck did you say? He's like, and I don't remember exactly the dialogue after that. He's like, if I ever hear you say anything like that again, he said, I swear to God, I'll punch you in the fucking face. Just like straight up, and we're just like, okay. And like nobody knew what to do after that because it was in the middle of practice, and nobody knew how to break the ice after that moment. Naturally so. I mean, it was so awkward. It was just like, Okay, so, how about them Phillies, huh? Yeah, well, thanks for the, I mean, now we, oh no. Oh my god, he's so slow. Oh, jeez, that was terrible. But, oh, dude, it was so awkward, because we're just like, well, now that we've heard a threat on somebody's life and whatnot, what are we gonna do after this? Did we just play catch, or are we going back to doing drills, or is practice over now, or are we gonna be having a new coach at the end of all this? Or... But yeah, we ended up going on with the rest of our day. But he totally was not the baseball coach next year, though. So I don't know if word about that came out or not. But oh boy, that was easily probably the most volatile moment I've ever seen with another coach before. Naturally so. I don't think you get situations like that very often. But oh boy, you could cut the tension in that room with a chainsaw at that moment. It was crazy. I mean, the air was about as thick as oh god, I could have let that one happen. I mean, it was about as thick as you know, like a Dutch oven or something like that. Boy, I thought that was gonna be a lot. I thought that was hit a lot harder than that, but it just kind of died. That person's name is Nappy. How did I not notice that? I didn't even notice that until just now. That dude's name is just Nappy. And he's white, even more strange. Alright, well, here we go. Let's bring in the man. Genghis Khan, huh? Alright, well, who's gonna win the Battle of the Terrible Men? Genghis Khan or the South Bend Shovel Slayer? I think it's gonna be me. Aww. Alright, well, he got the better of me on that one. He did. I mean, that was partially the shortstop's fault. I probably should have slid, or dove, or whatever you want to call it. But, you know, no harm done. No harm done. It's gonna be all good here. It's gonna be all good. Not worrying too much about the whole thing. And then, there were 2 outs remaining. 2 freaking outs remaining. And then we'll be in good shape. I just wish we could have got the damn shutout, man. It just had to be that one pitch. Had to be that one pitch that Hulk just cremated out of the damn park. What the hell is going on right now? No, he's gonna be safe! Oh! Yeah! That was a weird noise. I don't know why that was the noise that happened. Oh! It was just so, like, sonically awkward to say and hear at the same time. Oh boy, yeah, I have fun. Alright, 6-1. We are now 35-0, my friends. We are doing it. We are still Hulk and Gus. I thought that said Hulk and Gas. Just like at a quick glance. Hulk's gas. His gas was actually able to physically hit the ball far enough to create a home run out of it. Okay, so what do we got here? So we kind of went over different players that are at their maximum or pretty close to it, so Uncle Frank is now good. Ironically enough, the oldest man on the roster would be the one that totally gets that first. So he's 3 points away. We might as well max him out right now. So, alright, we gotta make this count. I think having 12 prestige is good. I think that we'll just do 1 for all of these. I think that's a pretty good way to have it. Yeah. Okay, so that's going to unfortunately take care of it for the upgrading portion of it. So, Kevin's got 12. He's got 15. He's got a way to go. We're probably never going to max him out, I would assume. Unless we get a bunch of 6-pointers or something. He's got a ways to go. He's got a ways to go. I think we're going to do him next. I think we've not upgraded Snakes in quite a while, so I think he'll be long overdue for something. And then Buzz, yeah, he's got 6 points to go. So, all right, I think we're looking pretty good. So, my friends, when we come back on the next edition of Sports Sunday, where we talk about sports life and everything in between, we have 15 games remaining. We're getting there, man. Halfway through the World Powers. The American dream in that red, white, black, and blue deal, it's staring us straight in the face. So until then, my friends, this is your host, LovelyCheesePizza, saying thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye.